Alright, what's up everybody? Welcome to episode 165 of the Cheesy Controller Podcast. I'm your host, Anton LaPlatte. Joining me as always, we have the mayor of Stardew Valley, Chris Montalbano.
How is everybody?
We chilling.
Good, good.
Cool.
We got the most degenerate squid in the sea, Jalen Roberts.
I got my tits out and ready to fight God.
We got the Ray Trace Durag, Madrid Devon.
Rose Whip Lash.
We got a jam-packed episode for you guys this week. We're going to be talking about this Elden Ring hype. We're going to be talking about the anime to Arena Fighters pipeline. We're going to be talking about the Wii U and 3DS eShop shutting down. We're going to be talking about Cyberpunk 2077's next-gen update. Man, at this point, I am at critical height for Elden Ring. My YouTube suggestions are all Elden Ring. Mm-hmm. I'm getting Elden Ring targeted ads.
Twitter targeted tweets is the worst thing ever, and I like one goddamn Elden Ring post, and that's all I see.
And that's it. That's it.
And that's cool because I'm so dick hard for that game.
You have your pre-order in?
No, I'm just gonna buy it on Friday. There's no point in me pre-ordering it because I'm really not gonna be able to play it that night going into it.
Yeah.
I think you get like avatars or something.
Oh, that's cool.
But yeah, it's do you care about the avatars or not? And so,
I could cop it on Thursday right before. You know, it's fine.
Honestly,
but I'm pretty hyped for this game. Everybody else getting it? Where do y'all side right now?
I pre-ordered.
I'm about
deluxe,
to
digital deluxe.
I get the digital deluxe. You want that soundtrack and art book? I want the art book.
See, it's a digital art book, and
those don't quite hit the same. You know,
they don't. But the soundtrack, I will throw some Elden Ring music on my phone. That's the one good thing about a lot of these digital soundtracks. They'll just be like, oh, do you want to put this on the flash drive? And I'll be like, yes, I do. And then I just put it on my computer. I honestly think a good portion of the hard drive that is nowhere near even like a quarter full that I use for the podcast, like video and audio files, there's just a huge chunk of random video game music that I've gotten through, like getting the digital deluxe of this, like getting something on Steam or like Steam bundles. Like I have all the Supergiant soundtracks because except for Hades. Well, I do have Hades because I got it through Epic Game Store and like Tetris Effect, and so yeah, I'll throw some Elden Ring music into that mix. You know, never be mad at some more epic OSTs randomly playing when I shuffle my music.
Right. I mean, I get paid tomorrow, so I was planning on pre-ordering it tomorrow.
Fuck yeah.
What are you going to be playing on PS5?
Yeah, obviously.
Okay. I didn't know. You got a good PC, Chris. You could.
Yeah, but
his PC don't got no haptics.
That's true. That's honestly. I mean, that's not really the reason, but it's like
it, you know.
I need to hear I need to feel the.
You're gonna definitely feel your horse galloping around. If Final Fantasy is any indication, you will feel your horse. It will kill your controller. It'll just constantly be vibrating.
Oh man, I imagine casting magic feels great.
Ooh, yeah. See, that's
like a fireball.
That's some cool
shit. You can feel it in your hand. It's like, ooh, I was charging it up. Do y'all know what type of classes y'all are running? Because I know, like, they're pushing these classes hard as fuck, but, you know, this game isn't, like, you know, super specific in those regards. So my thing is, I'm just, like, they're trying to get newer players on board and kind of show them that, like, when you play this game, you want a specific build. So here's, like, your archetype to build towards.
Well, so in these games, I always go... I actually got to go to the Discord to find the actual like, names. Yeah, because I always go endurance and strength. So I need a lot of health and need to hit hard.
Be strong and sturdy. Sturdy and strong.
Sturdy and strong.
I will say this is one of like their most widely accessible games that they're making.
Yeah, the fact that there's
like
easy co-op.
Yeah.
Not even easy co-op. I mean, like, not even that in a way to design, but it's also like they took out the wall that you normally have to deal with. Like, for example, in like Dark Souls, if you get stuck on a boss, you're gonna be stuck there until you win.
Right.
With Elden Ring, if you're stuck on a boss, you could say, "Fuck it, I'm gonna go explore a different dungeon."
Right.
And then probably gain some experience, get some levels and powers doing something else.
Because, like, you have that freedom. Like, let's say I was stuck on Madam Butterfly. I can go deal with some other shit and, like, go fight Gilbu instead.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think
so they've been getting better.
Sekiro, though, is you're still locked into a specific type of playing. Like,
well, I mean, this
Elden
game,
Ring, like,
you're going
the
to
magic,
be
you got more magic options, you have more... Like the bow's working better, like the bow's more effective. Like you have these different weapons and the different art.
Because Sekiro, if they wanted to make this type of game in feudal Japan, they would have. But I feel like they use their setting and their storytelling and like the mechanic of parrying and like learning your sword and like honing your technique and like that through line of Sekiro is probably why it's one of like. In my preference, like the best one they've made so far, because
I think it's the evolution of what they made so far. Because the thing about Dark Souls, the thing about the Souls games is FromSoft made a very particular, well-crafted experience for a niche audience. So they didn't have to make a whole lot of sales. Like they made a very specific type of thing, and it got popular. So with their next couple of games, they expanded on that core idea, but they still were aiming for that niche audience. I think at this point with Elden Ring, this is their like, okay, anyone can actually like, this game's big enough that like anyone is gonna play it because
FromSoft has been there since Dark Souls 3. Like,
but also when you sprinkle in the George R.R. Martin, it's like, all right, maybe the casual gamers who are like, oh yeah, I play video games. Well, I fuck with Game of Thrones. Let me see what this is talking about.
Yeah,
I'm seeing it all over my timeline.
Even still, I don't know if 100% like if casual gamers are gonna like this game. I don't think this is going to be that game. I don't think Sekiro really like it got more people.
I think this is going to be more accessible though, because
I agree.
Sekiro,
like
I felt
Sekiro,
like that brought me in way more than Bloodborne did.
Right, Sekiro got more people than like Bloodborne or Dark Souls 3. Even though Dark Souls 3 and Bloodborne,
I don't know.
I felt like they got progressively.
I don't know, because
bigger.
what definitely made me go the Souls things is for me was Bloodborne. Like Bloodborne was like
but like
this.
Yeah, but
I feel like even in our group specifically, I mean, maybe this is because Sekiro was, it was the genre, or not even the genre, the space, the tone that it was. I think it was the setting that it was that it brought more of a weebier fan base into it.
So the thing is, I feel like they've just incrementally grown between each game.
Yeah.
So Demon Souls was very niche, but then Dark Souls expanded to more people, and then people really started talking.
I will say this: I still think Dark Souls was very niche because, like, heck, Dark Souls 1, its big marketing campaign was "Prepare to Die." It was like, unless you're in the niche of somebody who wants your games to put hands on you, don't play this.
But that was a bigger audience than Demon Souls had, and then Dark Souls 2 had a bigger audience than Dark Souls 1 had, because Dark Souls 1 started having that discovery and like people figuring out secrets together. Like every game,
and then
it's
Armored Core
bigger.
just got.
Oh yeah, Armored Core is gonna go brazy when that shit comes back. Like,
oh yeah,
Armored
that next
Core,
one.
Honestly, I think the Soulsborne, Sekiro, all that is like
the Soulsborne Kiro Ring.
Yeah, there we go. All that. It is getting bigger. It is getting more popular because of like the challenge that comes with the games. People are more interested in it as far as like streaming and everything that now that it's getting popular. I mean, like before when Dark Souls 1 Dark Souls 2 and Demon Souls, that wasn't as popular, but now you're getting streaming and everything involved, and like videos of these games are coming out more, and you're like, wow, what the fuck? These people are doing some crazy ass shit, and this game is hard.
Like,
people
think
are
about
trying it more.
how much consoles have progressed, and like sharing clips and like streaming from your console.
I don't 100% know if like more people are going to beat this game. I don't know if it's going to be like, as far as like sales wise, yes, it is going to be a little bit more, but I think like video and media wise, it is going to explode.
I mean,
this game's going to sell.
Yeah, it's going to sell. I'm just like, people beating the game might not like progress too much.
No,
people don't beat video games anymore.
Like Simulation was just in the chat, and he was saying that more people who hadn't played any FromSoft games beat Sekiro.
Oh damn, I didn't know that.
So
even just
I
looking
see
at
that
our group.
same trend going. Yeah, it's
okay.
People who haven't necessarily played previous FromSoft games that are interested in Elden Ring, and the same thing was true when Sekiro came out, and I know when Bloodborne came out. Like, every time they put out a game, more and more people are getting into it, and more people are beating it, because more and more people are... If you think about where the technology was when Demon Souls and Dark Souls 1 and Dark Souls 2 originally came out, those were PS3 360 games.
Yeah.
Nobody was sharing clips to Twitter from their PS3 360. Nobody was streaming. Nobody was doing screenshots from their console. Like, you needed like an actual capture card, which nobody had in the PS3
honestly,
360
the only
era.
people playing the games back then were fucking like diehards who were like people. I mean, like Zach.
Niche is not necessarily like super niche anymore.
And those were the people who were like talking about these games. Like, this is really hard, and I fucking beat this game, and then no one else was like, I want that.
Right,
I don't
but Zach
want that
had
challenge.
to physically tell people about it.
Yeah,
but now
you can physically see it, and then you get your own impression of the game.
And this one has an emphasis on co-op, and like, so it's an open world where it's going to be you and your friends, and you're going to be dealing with this hard combat, and they can't necessarily carry you, because if it scales for difficulty, like, you're going to need to carry your own weight, but like, you're learning with someone, and like, the community's so welcoming and accepting. It's kind of like the thing with 14. Like, every time 14 puts out a new expansion, 14 gets bigger and bigger and reaches more and more people.
Yeah.
And like, the advancements in technology, like 14 had a harder time growing when it was on PS3, and like PS4 it had a lot of time to grow. Like, it had between Stormblood it grew, and then Shadowbringers it really grew, and then now Endwalker it's exploded.
I would like to say with your Final Fantasy one, that's not entirely as true, simply because of how much of a rocky start 14 had in its beginning. Like, 1.0 was most of the PS3. By the time A Realm Reborn actually came out, I'm pretty sure we had PS4 versions.
PS4 version was Heaven's Ward. Like, 1.0 was PC exclusive. Realm Reborn was PS3 PC. Heaven's Ward was PS3 PC. Stormblood, I think, was PS4, PS3, and PC, and that was the last one they supported on PS3. And then Shadowbringers was PS4 and PS5 and PC. Like, just put PC with all of this, just so I can...
I mean, it's an MMO. If you didn't have that on PC, it'd be a crime itself.
It's not going anywhere from PC. Like, Final Fantasy IV, there's not going to be a point in time where you can't play Final Fantasy XIV on PC. So, yeah.
That would be a crime.
PS3, you had Realm Reborn through Stormblood. PS4, you had Stormblood through Endwalker.
No.
And PS5, you had Shadowbringers through Endwalker.
I'm wondering if, like, because you made a good connection there, where, like, the community for, like, the Souls Form software games are the community is really good, and I agree with that. Like, there's a bunch of, like, the Reddit community is really good in teaching you how to do builds and, like, good strategies and this and that, and, like, kind of, like, motivating you and, like, congratulating you and beating the game and doing all that. Like, and 14 is the same way, like, getting people through that for the first time, and, like,
all these things you can do way more effectively and personally in the Cheesy Controller Podcast Discord.
Right.
Because and the PSN party. Because it looks like they're going to do open parties. Like, they're kind of adding that aspect back to the party system in PlayStation. So
that's fun.
With open parties, like, being able to have one that's more just like, all right, anybody who wants to hop in, and I mean, we'll get that, and then we'll get Discord integration, and then it'll just be infinitely better. But until we get Discord integration, like, yeah, 14, we're congratulating everybody on beating dungeons and clearing expansions.
Whereas, like, from what my experience of, like, playing Rocket League, I was the biggest Rocket League fan. Literally had to stop playing that game because the community was so bad. Like, it was just like, it would put, I would play that game, I would have a bad day. It would put me in a bad place. I'm like, I don't want to play this fucking game anymore. And so, and I think, honestly, I haven't heard shit about Rocket League since. I mean, like, besides the mobile game, and I played the mobile game, and it's okay at best. But outside of that, like, I don't hear anything about Rocket League. I still get
Rocket League updates because, like, it's a game that I keep installed on my PS5, and so it's one of the followed games. And, like, when you turn it on and there's that news carousel, like Rocket League, so I think they're on, like, season 6.
But I don't think I've seen anything in the aether out there saying, like, trying to bring me back to Rocket League.
Yeah, like, there's not a community groundswell of, like, people like, come on in, like, it doesn't matter if you suck, like, we'll make you better.
Right,
like,
this
it's a
and
journey.
That, like, it's just a bunch
But I
of
mean,
fucking
Rocket League's a
people.
competitive game where Final Fantasy and Elden Ring will be cooperative games.
That's true.
So cooperative games are a lot better because Destiny's like that. Like, Destiny, even though it's not in a super good place right now, Witch Queen, I keep fucking it up with Taken King and Witch Queen, but Witch Queen's about to drop, and so the Destiny community is going to be like, yo, it's really good, it's really fucking good, you should come back, it's really fucking good.
Please come back.
I mean, anytime those siblings get to acting up, Destiny gets really good for like 10 weeks, so...
Ooh.
Right. Do you have $100 to invest in that 10 weeks?
No,
I ain't got time.
Right.
Right now, like, I'm playing Lost Ark until I finally get ready to sit down and play Endwalker. That's really what's happening with me right now.
No. Yeah, Endwalker's fucking... I can't wait for the next person to be going through Endwalker now that we have so many people at the ready to help. The next person to go through Endwalker is going to be in for, like, a super wild ride.
Do you mean me?
It could potentially. Yeah, probably you. Because you're still playing. Jalen's not playing.
I would have... Yeah, I would have to...
Jalen's playing his Korean MMO.
Oh, Lost Ark is so fucking good.
It actually looks pretty good. I've been seeing
all the classes look hella fun.
It's not on PlayStation, so I ain't gonna play it. Keep it a buck.
You have an okay PC. You could definitely play that game.
I could.
But he could just play 14 on his PlayStation.
I totally could do that. But, like, next week we got this Nintendo Switch Sports beta going on.
I really want to get into that.
You should. It's free to sign up. They give you a code. Remind me after this and I'll get you the link. Actually, I can try and find the link if somebody will fill time.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so I did my first dungeon in Shadowbringers.
You did your first dungeon in Shadowbringers?
Yeah. Okay. I brought my first shadows. You know, it felt nice to finally rain darkness down upon the society that's been deserving of it, you know?
I'll be honest. I think I asked Anton the same question because I don't know when you went in Shadowbringers. How do you feel about stepping in this dimension? You're stepping your first foot and you're seeing this area and it's all purple and like bright.
Yeah, that's just beautiful.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, I just really want to know your first experience here, like walking into this area.
I can't remember if I was taking hella screenshots or just enjoying it.
I think that's what I did.
Way,
I just enjoyed
either
the
way,
fuck
I was
out
just
of it.
up there. I was like, wow, I'm like, yeah, I'm finally here. Like, I was excited to finally be in Shadowbringers.
I think I shed a tear.
But lately, Yu-Gi-Oh's had me in a chokehold.
Ooh,
yeah, Yu-Gi-Oh's had
I'm addicted to dueling with the boys. I'm sorry.
Okay, that's fair.
See, the thing is, I've been kind of on a trophy kick. So, in the words of Jason Quarter of In From Japan podcast, that's not Jason Quarter. Did I just mess up this guy's name on live stream and podcast?
Apparently.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
Oh, yeah, it is Jason Quarter. I was right. Okay. So, from the In From Japan podcast, he said the anime to arena fighter pipeline is strong, and I am a living testimony of that. I finished the Demon Slayer anime, picked up the Demon Slayer game, went from having only Chapter 1 complete to beating the entire game.
Damn.
And now I have like 60...
Took you about, what, 2 hours?
Yeah, I was skipping everything. Like, if it wasn't active gameplay happening, it was getting skipped. I was like, hoping it would get, just like an inch past. I was hoping we get just a smidge past the Mugen train.
Mm-hmm.
Get my boy Tengen.
Tengen Uzui. The fucking GOAT.
Right. That guy right there. That is...
I hope y'all know Demon Slayer just peaked.
Yeah.
They casted Unlimited Budget Works. That's what happened. Anytime Unlimited Budget Works come out,
when
all of a
you
sudden the
start
show's
hearing
peak.
the word Sakuga used to describe things,
Often?
right?
Yeah, like that episode before last was fucking insane. They pulled out every stop.
Yeah. The last, 3 episodes, honestly, the whole last fight, once that fight started, because it popped off and it kept going and it kept escalating, so that'll go down in that'll be in these anime top 10 lists of, fights for a very long time.
Hey, man, all I'm saying is Zenitsu was showing why he's top 3. He ain't 3.
Zenitsu?
Yes. Bro, Zenitsu's so fucking fire.
Look, he hasn't done the thing yet. He hasn't pulled out the thing yet.
What, just talking shit while being awake?
Right?
Now that was some real nigga shit. Because honestly, Zenitsu's just disassociated. He's not really asleep.
Right?
He's not really asleep. At first he was really asleep, and now he's just he's got his eyes closed to boost his hearing. That's all it is.
Oh yeah.
Got his eyes closed just to focus.
Just to focus. So you can hit more better.
But yeah, so I have 60-something% of the trophies in the PS5 version of the Hinokami Chronicles. Played it. I didn't know they added the 60 frames per second mode to it. They're just like, fuck it. The console can do it, so I played it in 60 FPS.
That's what I like to see. It's like the technology's there, just use it. Shit.
Right.
Get good at it, goddamn.
So, fell down that pipeline, and I forgot what my initial point with this was, but
the anime to arena fighter pipeline.
I mean, yeah, I can confirm it's very strong.
All I'm saying is we need that JJK 2v2.
No, see, you can't.
No, I don't want an anime fighter for JJK. I want a 2D. Give me my Marvel. Give me my Marvel vs. Capcom. I want it.
This
you
is
know
what
what's fucking
fighter.
Crazy?
And I'm saying, and I'm scratching that out off the list immediately. I want that 2v2.
Ooh,
I want the swap out. I want my swaps. I
Yep.
want my tag-ins.
Yep.
I'm grid-based, tactical, turn-based strategy RPG with Jujutsu Kaisen.
No,
No.
The
instead
stats,
of doing
the
that,
fucking
instead of
numbers,
doing
like-
that, they should do a card game. Because there's there's already cursed tools as well. There's curses, jujitsu sorcerers, there's cursed users, and there's cursed tools. You know, and
You've been playing too much
head-ass
Yu-Gi-Oh.
enough. I have been playing entirely too much Yu-Gi-Oh. It seeped into my brain. I enjoy the fuck out of it.
I hope this Voice of Cards game that apparently is dropping tomorrow as of recording and just nobody told me until today. The Voice of Cards, like, I think it's the Curse something.
Not the Isle Dragon's Roar.
Right, not the Isle Dragon Roar. But the other one that's it's technically the second game in the series, but it's completely it's like Final Fantasy 1 to Final Fantasy 2. Completely unrelated.
Yeah, that's what they want you to think until we get to the Voice of Cards 5, and then they're like, no, wait, they've just been setting this all up.
They're cheap, and the first one was fun, so I'm definitely going to just jump into the second one and see. It's just too stacked of a season. Like, games are just dropping left and right, and I don't even know. Like, I haven't gotten a chance to play Sifu. I haven't played as much Ollie Ollie World as I wanted to.
Yeah.
Elden Ring is fucking breathing down our necks.
Horizon's Friday.
Literally.
I'm skipping Horizon for a minute.
I still need to finish Zero Dawn.
Yeah.
I'm more than halfway through. I'm just being a bum.
I'm more than halfway through, but
How old is that game?
26.
Wait, what game? Horizon?
Zero Dawn. Okay.
Whatever year Breath of the Wild came out.
And near
16.
Damn.
16. Yeah, so.
Okay.
I mean, I had a
What was
lot
it
of fun
saying?
with it, but burnt out on it pretty fast, so.
I enjoy the fuck out of it. It's just
2017.
me in open world games. It will only hold my attention for so long, no matter how much I enjoy it.
Here's my problem with open world games.
Even
in
Ghost,
general.
and I love Ghost.
Open world games, it'll be the most random fucking open world game that'll grab my attention, and I will go super hard into it, and I will be having the time of my life, but it'll always be random as shit. It'll always
Well,
be
that's also
random as
because with that, you need good. The thing about open world games is they're more defined by their ability to breadcrumb than like things in their sandbox.
Yeah.
Like, for example, like how does the game get you from the starting area to fuck all nowhere? Is it through like you go to like Horizon does it well because by the time you get into a new area, you'll find a collectible and you'll be like, because you get the collectible tracker very early in that game, so you're like, oh, I'll just go to that collectible. You go to that collectible, and then you see another collectible. And then when you go to that second collectible, you found a quest line. Then you go do the quest line. And then you're like, oh, I found a freaking vault or whatever the hell they're called. So then you go do that. And then by the time you do all that, you come up, you spent 6 hours not touching a story mission.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then some games
you
are
got
like...
forces on. I gotta go do these story missions. You
And then-
put the blinders
right.
on.
Right, but thankfully with Horizon, the way the map is kind of centered is that by the time there's usually a fast travel point not that far from your next quest line. So it's one of those things where it's like you're not going to have to do that whole let me get from one half of the map to the other so I can do this quest line, and there's nothing in between.
Well, so for me, that's not necessarily what keeps me with open world games, and that's one of the reasons I haven't played a lot of Ghost, and I haven't played a lot of, or I played a considerable amount of Horizon. I just fell off it. But the open world games that I really stuck with, Final Fantasy 15, Breath of the Wild.
Only half of that game is open world.
Yeah, but I spent a ridiculous amount that I got more than my fair share out of that open world before I went linear.
Me too. Because
right.
at the same time, it's not as expansive as those other games. And, like, literally the shit you're doing, go hunt this, go hunt that, go hunt this, go hunt that. Ooh, look at this cave.
Oh, I was taking pictures.
Imperial
I was
arms.
finding recipes. I was fishing. There's
plenty of shit to do, but it's still in a much smaller pool. Like the thing with Horizon, I'm like, damn, let me go do this cauldron. Damn, let me go fucking take a photo on this tall neck. I'm like, let me go. Oh, what the fuck is this fucking beast over here? Let me try and hunt it. You know? Let me go save this village. And then before you know it, it's been like 2 days and I haven't done shit. And then back then I would go play Overwatch.
Overwatch.
That's back when it was hitting.
At least you were on it.
I have to say,
that's back when Overwatch was that dog food.
God, Overwatch. Man, Overwatch had a grip on me like League did, and neither of them got it on me no more. It's nice.
Because neither of them deserved it.
Nope.
Right?
Yeah.
Apex is squandering its hold on the community. Like, Apex had...
Apex fumbled the bag with those heirloom skins. Like, you just fumbled the bag on that one.
Skin? But they know people will pay it because people played it for the...
No, but see, this is... How should I put this? One, price gouging their own audience. But two, that it's more the fact that they did it in a way that doesn't allow their entire audience to interact with. Unlike previously where it's just like, hey, here's some fucking heirloom shards. It's like, here's some fucking heirloom shards so you could get it for... Yeah. But the implementation of these heirloom skins is not that good.
And it's just one, and they're going to do it like this for everyone, but it's also unlockable with heirloom shards.
It's Bloodhound, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
I heard that shit was ugly. Let's see.
No,
it is not. That skin is mid.
Oh, this one? Yeah, that shit is
it's
like...
mid.
I think they called it a prestige skin. And
yeah, prestige. It's...
mid.
Yeah, it's honestly like that is the literal definition of mid. It's
like,
not
I'm going to be 100
bad,
here.
But it's not good.
Yeah, but
or
Bloodhound
impressive.
has blue level skins that are that quality.
Not...
Like,
it's a little better than blue.
Yeah.
It's a little better than blue.
I'll give you a base on character release purple. I'll give you an on character release purple. But nah.
Okay, on character
That's
release
as far as I'm
purple?
giving.
Yeah.
I'll give you on character release purple.
But the purples
That's the best
are
I'm giving you.
always the, like, color wave things. The ones that just have, like, the red gradient that'll just, like, be animated
because some of the newer purples are, like... It's not a full redesign like a gold skin. But
see, the golds are the redesign.
They change enough pieces to where it's like, oh, this isn't their typical, like, this isn't just a recolor. You know, like, there's some weird shit going on with their face, or their helmet's a little different.
I think that's just yellow, but I'm starting to think about, like, Fear and that purple, and I think that Valkyrie one.
Yeah. Like more so their newer purple skins are more creative, because they realized that their purple skins were also some mid. I
mean, Apex, like, they've done it right here and there, but overall, Apex's skin game is, compared to other games,
it's straight.
I guess, yeah, it's mid. It's great. It's not...
It's like if mid is right here, Apex skin game is about right there. Because it can hit some really high highs.
It hits when they want to. Like, for example, that jack-o'-lantern freaking Bloodhound skin, that was dope as shit.
Yeah.
When they want to make a good skin, they can, but... It's one of those they don't.
Yeah.
So, what they really need to do is drop this next-gen update. Speaking of next-gen
they were fucking jerking us around with that shit.
Well...
Not off. just around.
Just around.
Because if it was off, we would be playing it. You know.
They were definitely. I played
bussing.
a little bit of Control. No. I haven't played enough.
I haven't even gone into even tried that mode. I don't even know if my shit's updated.
It's fine. Like control is decent. There's definitely some things I want them to fix with it. Like those respawn times are egregious. You should be able to build your own loadout instead of those presets. Those presets are god awful.
Some of them.
A lot of times. Sometimes they're good, but a lot of times they're not it.
I see the vision. I just don't think it's like as well implemented as it could have been, especially with. But I feel like these loadouts were probably pulled from like whatever the highest usage loadouts were in like Arena. So they probably built it off of like sweaties and people like a lot of pools being. Like,
but everybody I've seen has been complaining about them. Yeah, they're like, yo, these shit suck.
So, hopefully they drop their next gen update soon because the Cyberpunk's next gen update showed up on the PSN later than the Apex one showed up. It's just Cyberpunk released theirs. It just announced a live stream one day for the next day. What was it, Monday for Tuesday, and then Tuesday they came out. Here's the next gen version. Here's a free trial. Here's our 1.5 update. Enjoy. I downloaded it, put it in ray tracing mode, got halfway through a mission, and was like, "That's enough Cyberpunk," and then deleted it again.
Is it bad?
I mean, it's just I'm not like into that kind of RPG.
Oh, okay.
Like, so.
Here's the thing about Cyberpunk. Cyberpunk is. Most of its flaws come from the fact that it's unfinished. That they didn't have enough time to do everything.
Right.
No, even
Well,
now.
I mean,
No, even now. No, I'm saying like even now.
Like,
I mean like when I say this, I mean it's core into the design of the game. Like it's one of those you can't next gen update fix this.
Have you played
You
it
know,
since
like
yesterday?
some of the stuff is actually in the mission designs and things like that. Like you're not going to next gen update fix this. But
well, I mean, it's
no,
finished.
I didn't say
No,
I didn't say they weren't.
done.
They were like it's finished now. But I'm saying like it's
now. Yeah, the game
I'm
is
not saying
done
they're
now. Like
I'm
you're
not expecting them to go back and
So-
actually do anything. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is like a lot of the flaws of that game are always going to be there. Like it's in the way designed, like the crunch in its development you can see, but outside of those things it's actually pretty good. Like when you could just sit down and just let the game do the thing, it's actually a pretty good time.
It's not.
It's better than
my cup of
Skyrim.
tea.
That's
not
really
my cup of
that's
tea
really just
either,
where I put that.
Yeah, it's one of those types of games. Like
Yeah.
I played a little bit of Skyrim. I'm like, that's enough Skyrim. Played a little bit of Fallout. That's enough Fallout. Played a little bit of Cyberpunk. That's enough Cyberpunk. That kind of like modern open world like RPG, like dialogue heavy, like skill checks in your conversations, and like there are certain instances where I enjoy that, like Mass Effect, but
Well,
most
I will
of the
like to say
time,
this,
I'm
though,
not
is
interested in that.
Part of this is like the saning
There were
problem
no
though
skill
is where it's
checks in my
like the reason why is because a
conversation.
lot of people's go-to for that genre are Bethesda games, and Bethesda does not do that genre any sort of justice.
Well, I mean, we'll see with Starfield. They got that Microsoft money.
Okay,
We'll see
so
with
they
Starfield.
sold
I'm
freaking
not interested
Skyrim
in
on 11 million
Starfield
different
one bit.
things. They still won't
either.
change their fucking engine. They still built 76 off that fucking creation engine
Yeah, they're
from
not going to put
2002.
Skyrim on a new engine, but Starfield is a new engine.
Oh, it's like,
Starfield is a new engine.
Finally, it took them. That's why 76 broke.
Well, 76 wasn't even
It was made on that
by
bullshit
Bethesda
creation
Game
engine.
Studio.
The same thing Fallout 4 was made on. Same thing Skyrim was made on. The same thing Oblivion was made on.
Right. Right. And Starfield, their next game, supposedly coming November 2022, 11/11/22, 10 years after Skyrim, or 11 years after Skyrim. They're going to be dropping it. They've had this Microsoft money. That deal has completely gone through. Day one
I'll be
Game
there.
Pass. So, like,
I'll be there.
if you guys have Game Pass, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
I
Is it
wish.
Cyberpunk's on Game Pass?
I wish.
no, not yet.
Oh.
There's a free trial. So if you want to play it on your Series S and see how it runs now, Jalen, for yourself, you can run it on your Series S. There's like a 5-hour trial where you just can play the game for 5 hours. The new fully optimized version with all the updates, all the additional content they've added, all of that, you can just play for free for 5 hours. So it doesn't necessarily need to be on Game Pass yet, because most people who are going to give it a dabble on Game Pass are going to play less than 5 hours. Unless you're going to play more than 5 hours, but by the time you play 5 hours, you're going to realize whether or not you need to actually buy the game or wait for it to actually come to Game Pass.
Oh, man. This conversation just made me go rip Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 2. Because that's... No, at least Cyberpunk exists. As bad as Cyberpunk is, it does physically exist.
It does.
And it's a finished video game now. I feel like they've gotten to the point
Allegedly.
that the 1.5 version. I mean, the 30 minutes I played was like, okay, I see. It's like it didn't crash. It looked semi-decent.
Ooh.
It's done.
I can't see, I really don't see myself spinning the block right now. Because I would have to buy it. That's one thing. Like,
Well, no, they
need
have that 5-hour free trial that you could just download on PS5 and play the PS5 version for 5 hours.
Why would I want to play 5 hours of a game I don't care for?
I'm just saying.
Then don't-
You said you
don't.
couldn't see yourself buying it. I'm like, you don't necessarily have.
Yeah,
to
but
buy
if
it.
if I buy it, then I'll play it. But like to just play a 5-hour version of that game, I feel like would just be a waste of time for me.
Really?
But I could be spending it. I can spend those 5 hours literally on any other game.
I would only say that it would be a waste of time if you have zero interest. If you have zero interest, then never think about the game again. It doesn't matter. But if you are interested,
but-
it's great a great opportunity to test out whether your game system can play the game and
Well, I
whether
mean,
or not you're
this
interested
trial's
in
also
buying the
on
game.
PC.
Do I have to
trial-
restart it?
No, I think your save
Yes.
will transfer, and I think they're just giving you like because apparently the Galaxy Brain thing was buying it on PlayStation, getting a refund. Apparently they didn't take it out of anybody's library, and all those people got the free PS5 version and their money back.
Stonks.
Nice.
Wish I had known that.
Damn.
I was just like, I'm not going to return it because eventually, like, I'm going to just want to have it. Like, I bought it, and so the amount of
Let
games
this
that
have been Nintendo.
Nintendo take
take your
another.
data, too.
They take a tax of like a DLC from another game. They're like, not only are we taking back this game, we're taking that DLC back. You got to rebuy that shit. Fuck you.
Yeah, I know you got the Expanse edition, the collector's edition, but we're subtracting your Animal Crossing DLC. You don't get that with the Nintendo Pass. It's like, no.
You know, that Mario Kart stuff I want so much, but I'm like, even with the Mario Kart, even with the Nintendo 64, even with the Animal Crossing, that expansion pass or the expansion pack for their online still isn't worth it. I'm still just gonna work. It's gonna work out better for me to just buy the character or the stage pass for Mario Kart. Because that's not tied to a subscription. Like, I'm paying my Nintendo Online subscription because I occasionally play games online, like Smash, Monster Hunter, like Pokemon. Like, my Switch is played online, but I'm not about to spend $30 extra a year for a subscription to these things that I could buy a la carte, except the Nintendo 64. Which you could do or can do for the near future on Wii U. Like the Wii U Virtual Console for Nintendo 64 actually isn't terrible. But yeah, so in Nintendo, like speaking of the Switch and Nintendo, the Wii U and 3DS eShops are shutting down next year. And they're going to be stopping taking like credit card payments and stuff throughout.
Why are they abandoning the 3DS before?
Because Nintendo doesn't believe in game preservation. That's why it's always ethical to pirate Nintendo
like,
games.
Fuck you. That's why.
Pirating games is bad. Then sell us your games.
Right.
No.
That's
what are you,
so
stupid?
Frustrating.
Why would we sell them to you?
This is Nintendo. We have been tired of Nintendo doing this and been complaining about it.
Nintendo's just treating their games like
years.
NFTs.
No, I wish they were selling them, trying to push them shits like NFT.
Yeah.
Then maybe I could fucking get some.
Oh no, you only get one.
Right.
Only one person gets
only
one copy.
Right. There's only.
See, Nintendo
There's
just
a
believes in
finite
digital
amount that are
scarcity.
tied to the Nintendo chain.
Yeah, I'm sorry. We've already Taro hacked that.
See, what does Mario break? Blocks. And what is a chain chomp? A chain.
They named a chain chomp because he's chomping on his own chains, my brother.
So I just opened my 3DS for the first time in months, and I got a notification. It says, because this is a Spot Pass notification, so this is an update. Important eShop news. As of late March 2023, it will no longer be possible to make Nintendo eShop purchases from the 3DS family of systems. For more info, and it gives me a support.nintendo.com website. But
I've also seen those shits have been. Some of them are getting taken down sooner than 2023.
Well, yeah, they're stopping credit card payments. Like, so, like, I'm pretty sure I have my most recent debit card put into my 3DS, but yeah, it's really going to suck because 3DS games are going to start, physical cartridges are going to start getting more expensive, and there's a lot of games that are only on 3DS. Like Chase is saying, RIP to SMT and Fire Emblem.
See, I'm not worried
games
about the
trending
SMT
onto 3DS.
games as much because I see Atlas moving those to porting those eventually because Atlas actually likes
we
money.
can get those in 2025.
Atlas doesn't actually like money.
If they liked money, they
Atlas
would have dropped
doesn't
them.
No.
See, all them shits everywhere.
No, it's because of the fan base. No, it's because of the fan base you're dealing with. The thing you have to realize
plan.
about a lot of Atlas fans is they can only focus on one game at a time. Only one game at a time. So you gotta let their games have their space. Like when Gold, like for example, when Persona 5 first came out, it was just Persona 5. That's all it was. Then we got to pause on that. Golden came out, and then we got Golden. Then we went straight into Royal. Now we're talking about Arena, and then we'll go on from there.
Okay.
I mean, in between that, we got SMT5, we got SMT3 remaster.
It's like I'm saying.
My thing
I'm going to say this right now. I say by the.
I have more hope because Fire Emblem, they put the original Fire Emblem on Switch, and I don't see them putting the original SMT
Who
on
says anything
Switch.
about? Okay, first things first. The original SMT. I don't know what's going with the Famicom. I personally would love if they would just remake the Famicom SMT games. Like
they don't even like straight up on Switch. They put the Famicom Fire Emblem translated for the first time, just not updated, not remade, not remastered, just straight up the fucking like basically a port and a modern like localization and translation. They just put that on Switch for Fire Emblem, and they've remade a lot of the
Nintendo
older Fire
doing it for
Emblem
Nintendo
games.
product.
So I think that I think Fire Emblem has a better shot than SMT as far as just talking about those series, but Persona Q and Persona Q2 stranded. Imagine like cartridges of that are already expensive, and now people don't have a way to get those
Atlas
games
is going. I think out of any of the games that off the 3DS that Atlas is going to port first, it's going to be Q. It's going to be the 2 Persona Q games. Then after that, it would be it would definitely be SMT4, and then please the Devil Survivor games, because those were great.
Dear
Like,
God, we
please,
need SMT4.
please, like.
Yeah, but I mean, I feel like you've been begging
Anton,
for this for
you
some
have to
years
accept this
now,
certain
and,
franchise.
like,
You beg for it until you get it. Like, it's one of those things where it's like
yeah,
Yeah.
Animal Crossing,
right?
Smash when we were in between fucking
yeah.
4 and Ultimate, between the last DLC and Ultimate. Like, it happens every time. Like, anytime Nintendo says we're going to announce anything, everyone pulls out their wish list. They start, manifesting what games they want to see. It's classic.
He's got a point.
But yeah, Chase is saying Xenoblade. So I feel like the 3DS has more of an argument of a library that's going to be stranded. Than
Also,
Wii U,
most of the Wii U
because,
games are on Switch.
every
Most
big-
of them.
all of them except
And we'll probably
for
get something like
Xenoblade
that right after
Chronicles X.
Xenoblade Chronicles 3.
We're definitely going to get that sooner or later,
I was
especially with the new one coming out.
Yeah, with Xenoblade Chronicles 3 coming, the fact that Xenoblade Chronicles 1, 2, and 3 are going to be on the Switch, there's no reason.
And I would
for
like to
X
say,
not
who
make its
decided
way
that the
Yeah.
over in
that the
one way or
Xenoblade Chronicles 3 Pro Tag was just going to be Finn in a different jacket? Because that's just Finn in a different jacket. My boy from
Xenoblade.
That's fucking
They are
Kaneda you from the Gray Man.
Tell me, isn't Kaneda? Oh my god!
He was Buns.
Fucking Conda. I'm gonna reread The Gray Man now.
They're targeting their audience. They're speaking. Xenoblade fans have been going ape shit, so they're speaking to their audience. I'm not part of. If you think I don't like my fucking open world narrative based RPGs, I definitely don't like.
You're the one who told me not to fuck with Xenoblade, and I was like, oh, okay.
I don't think you'd like.
No, it's not
Xenoblade.
Is it
bad.
really that
Xenoblade
bad?
is
Why not?
good. It's just one of
It's
those things
not-
where it's like, if it's not the genre you're into, you're not gonna enjoy it.
It's a lot.
Like,
It's
I'll
a
tell you this
lot.
right now. If you don't like
It's
playing
a lot
single player
and not in a
MMOs, you're not
good
gonna
way.
enjoy that game.
Okay.
Yeah,
it's-
that.
Yeah.
It is a single
Fetch
player.
quest.
Imagine if Final Fantasy 14 were single player all the way through and didn't have as good of a story.
Okay, Radic, when you finish Persona 5, or when you get further in Persona 5, you can be like, you know what? I think I fuck with this one more stronger.
Right. But
Yeah, for
so I think we're going to get the only game of consequence that is stranded on Wii U at this point that didn't get a sequel, a deluxe version, something on Switch is Chronicles X. And I think that's going to happen. But 3DS, there are so many more games that are just in limbo.
Oh, the 3DX is just fucked.
Yeah, the 3DS has so much good
Until Nintendo
stuff.
tries to sell us another expansion pass.
Even then, you're talking about when they sell our grandchildren an expansion pass.
Oh, I didn't say when they would do it.
But yeah, so I think the 3DS store is shutting down. I recommend hop on, like, if you have a new 3DS that gives you access to SNES games. So there's a lot there. The virtual console on 3DS is really good. Like, just looking through on what I have on my 3DS, I have SMT4, I have Fire Emblem Fates Birthright, Shovel Knight, Ultimate NES Remix, Mighty Gunvolt, Pokemon Red, Pokemon Crystal. Oh, also Pokemon Bank is going free to play. So if you have Pokemon Stranded on 3DS, even after the get Pokemon Bank, and then you'll just be able to use it for free to migrate your Pokemon from any of the 3DS games that you can either get physically or get digitally before the store shuts down. You'll be able to transfer all those Pokemon into Pokemon Home and then use them in more modern games. I already put all mine from Bank to Home, so... But yeah, I got like Super Mario World, I got Pokemon Puzzle Challenge. There's actually... I forgot there was a Pokemon Troze game. There's actually... Every time I look at my 3DS, it's like a solid library of stuff on here. And then, of course, like physically I have like pretty much every like one of each of the versions of every generation that was on 3DS and Pokemon, and then I have all the Monster Hunter games physically, so if ever I decide to you know, I just have a hankering to play some Monster Hunter 3 Ultimate or 4 Ultimate or Generations, I can. So, like, my thing is, the same way when people started freaking out because the PS3 store was going to shut down, and I was like, I'm stocked up, like, I got ready for this a long time ago, before prices started going crazy on physical games and stuff. Like, I've been ready for this store to shut down. Like, they can shut down the 3DS and Wii U store right now, and I'd be fine. I'm never plugging back in my Wii U. And I mean, I have Mario Kart and Smash physically on there, so if I were to ever go back and play that, I'd have access to those games. And my 3DS, I have a bunch of DS and 3DS carts, and I have, I think, like a 128 gig SD card in my 3DS, and so I have a bunch of... There might be a couple more like virtual console things I want to get, because I know I have the OG Legend of Zelda and Link's Awakening, and I have like OG Metroid and Earthbound, but there might be a couple more in there that I might want to scoop up. Especially of those big like Nintendo first party AAA, like NES, SNES, Game Boy Color, anything in those libraries that you want. And I think they have like some Neo Geo stuff, so if you... And prices for actual 3DSs have been skyrocketing even before they announced this, so good luck, I'd say. It seems like the best bet to get is a new 2DS XL. And just get a decent sized SD card and hop on and just get what you need to get done. Or don't, you know?
Yeah.
I know, Madrid, you have a new 3DS XL. Chris, do you still have a new 2DS?
Yeah.
So...
I mean, I think
my volume also stopped working one day, so the only way I can listen to games is like if I plug in headphones with a headphone jack, which I surely don't
also,
have
Nintendo,
anymore.
just put all your music on fucking Spotify instead of getting rid of like the channel that was designed to fucking archive all your shit so we could just listen to it casually.
Right.
Right, that's the thing.
You got Smash Brothers, don't you?
Yeah, honestly, the music player in Smash Ultimate is Nintendo's best effort. It's Sakurai single-handedly being like, here, damn.
Hold my beer. I got you.
But yeah. So, I mean, the Wii shop shut down a couple years back. We're at the point that 3DS and the Wii U, they've run their course. You've had your opportunities to get in and get situated if you are having FOMO of not being able to just... Because my 3DS has just been plugged into my computer. Like, I know multiple times we've been talking about something on the podcast, and I've opened it up to just reference games on it. So,
yeah, my shit is just chilling on my game shelf, collecting dust.
I mean, yeah, I have a whole nother 3DS XL that is completely blank, that has been in a Circle Pad Pro that's just been gathering dust.
All right. Do you think they're going to come out with another 3D or DS?
No, especially not the Switch Lite.
No?
No.
I think the Switch.
They got the Switch Lite.
Yep. The Switch.
That's true.
Between the OLED Switch, the Switch Lite, and the base SKU Switch, their lineup kind of covers all their bases for them. So
yeah.
If you want a good handheld experience, you get the OLED. If you want a medium, hybrid, the base Switch is decent at
things,
both, and then the Switch Lite is handheld only, and so they kind of have their lineup going, and I don't see it's selling ridiculously well, and they're saying it's only about halfway through the lifespan, and it's sold over 100 million units. So it is up there with PS4 numbers now. So I think it's past PS4, honestly, at this point. Either that or PS4 is its next one. I think it might be on pace to outsell Wii. Because I know a couple weeks ago we got a lot of financials in from Nintendo talking about
oh yeah, if this Nintendo Sports hits, it might give it that push that they've been looking for.
I mean, Animal Crossing did that.
Yeah, Animal Crossing did that, but you know how people
SMT, Metroid,
people were playing the fuck out of Wii Sports. That's one of those games. But
that's because it was free.
Yeah, that's
are people going to spend that $40?
Yes,
yeah.
no, yes, the streets have been waiting for this.
Yes.
On the you can be a furry in Nintendo Sports. That's the thing.
Versus furries.
I
video.
did not know that.
Yeah. Now you do.
Yeah, you can play sports as your favorite fursona.
No, I do.
Fursona!
Execute! Fursona evolution!
Alright, I mean, that's pretty much it for what I had in the notes. How do y'all got one more thing? Anything from the week gaming related you want to touch on, bring up? Or no? Jalen, you...
Yes, it's good.
Still on Lost Ark?
Yes.
It's free to play now?
It's been free to play since the 11th.
Chris, have you dipped your toe in?
No, I have not. You showed me a lot of the classes, and they look... A lot of them look really fucking fun to play.
Okay. So no, that's it?
Yeah. I don't really have one more thing.
Yeah, okay. I mean, pretty much. I was trying to cop Aerial Knights Never Yield and Returnal today because they're both on sale. But PlayStation kept saying there's an unexpected error, and I'm like, I haven't bought games in months. I'm trying to do it, and you won't let me.
I just do all mine from the app now. I just kind of do all that from the app, and you can tell it to download, and if your system's full, it'll tell you it's actually so when Cyberpunk, they announced the next gen upgrade while I was at work, and so I just opened it up on the app, told it to download. My internal SSD was full. I was like, all right, well, delete the Uncharted collection. It deleted the Uncharted collection and downloaded Cyberpunk, and I was able to come home and boot it up. So for me, that's kind of just the if I see something on sale or whatever, I'll just do everything from my phone primarily, because it even notifies you when games that are on your wish list are on sale on your phone. So for me, the app is just infinitely better than it used to be, and so I can actually use it as a usable app, and it's not just there to be there. Like a lot of the gaming apps on my phone are. It's like, yeah.
You have other gaming apps?
Yeah, I got like fucking Stadia app on this bitch.
Stadia?
Stadia?
Yeah, I had Stadia at one point in time. You can't... I don't think you can actually play Stadia games on the iOS version of the Stadia app, but you know, it's there. I'm just looking through like the app library thing. Categorizes gaming apps as like a bunch of different weird things, like utilities. It's like entertainment. Yeah, no, maybe. But yeah, I actually use the PlayStation Remote Play and the PlayStation app. I have the Steam app on here. Multiple Xbox apps. The Halo Waypoint, the Nintendo Switch Online app. Yeah, I got a bunch of random gaming apps just living on my phone rent free. Alright. Well, until next time, remember you can follow us all collectively around the internet, cheesycontrollerpodcast.com. You can follow me on Twitter at Anton63xchris.
You can follow me at Chef and Chris.
Jalen.
Squid Bishop.
Drid.
Speedwagon X.
Alright, this has been a No It's Good production. The audio version is edited by Iknowjones. The video version is edited by Lana Twisted Mind. Until next time, keep it cheesy.